check out to see if our audio's working. Say something, Sammy G. Let's make sure your mic's working.
Hope so.
Alright, yep, that's good. So we're going to wait here for a minute, let some people join, and then we will get right into it. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit real quick and turn off the heater so that doesn't kick in the middle of this to interrupt. So while you guys join, I'm going to get that stuff ready. Hi Joseph, how are you doing? I'm going to straighten out this way a little bit. It was a little crooked at first. Alright, that's all good. So, for those of you who are in here right now, my special guest today here, you may have seen him previously on Tuesday Talk. His name is Sammy G, I like to call him, my friend Samuel. He's going to be joining us here today. We are going to basically talk about some stuff that me and him have been working on in the woodworks. And basically it just got released recently, so towards the end we'll talk about that. At the beginning, I'm just going to go through our normal stuff, so our sponsor of the week, reminders, and some updates on my car, Dad's car, and the spare car, and then we will get right into the talk in talking about the build and the brand. Zach Warwick says it's not that cold. No, thankfully it is starting to warm up quite a bit. That has been very, very nice. And since the juniors had their ACT today, me and Sammy G got I almost said a free day.
Pretty close.
A virtual day. I had to catch myself there. I did lots of virtual work today. You know, I had two internships, or I'd say two internships for hands-on classes. So that's kind of hard to do those virtual, along with a free block, which I don't actually have to be at school. So, you know, it was nice to participate in my free block at home once again. How was your day doing, Sammy G? What did you do on your virtual day?
Yeah, so I was very virtual. My first 2 hours of the day, I got a constructions class where we're not even at the school. Still had to go to that. Wasn't too bad. It was nice out.
Mm-hmm.
Then kind of hard to do an autos class online.
Yeah.
So I was on there for about 5 minutes and then nothing the rest of the day.
Yep. So we had that. It's been a couple of minutes now, so I'm just going to get right into this week's Tyler's Tuesday Talk. Thank you guys for joining this week's Tyler's Tuesday Talk. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. As always, don't forget to give us a like here on the Facebook page and go and follow our Instagram page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be posting some more content there pretty soon as we get rolling into the racing season more. We're going to have some things that we're going to do March 28th, the Urban Air Adventure Park King of the Wheel charity event race. That's being held with Urban Air Adventure Park and the Colburn Wingless Sprints. They invited me to be a part of that. We got to do some promotional video this past weekend, so that was really cool to do on Sunday. They were doing a promotional video and promotional videos for TV during that time, so it was kind of cool. We kind of got to see how some professional TV people did it, and we got to kind of replicate our own thing and do that. So it was nice working with those people. They're really nice and really great out at Urban Air Adventure Park. So make sure you guys come on out to that event on March 28th. And don't forget that there's still time to donate to my charity. If you guys did not know, basically the driver with the most money raised at the beginning of that event day will start on the pole of the first race. We got to test out some go-karts, a team winged, I'm going to say. You know, we got to see the track in person. I feel like we got a plan down. We got to talk, so I think that team winged is going to come out on that day. So make sure you put all of our team winged guys up in front. MSA Bowling fundraiser is this Saturday, I believe, at Dan's Village Bowl. The only slots that are available are the 10:30 slots. There's a couple of those left. Tyler Davis Racing put up $100 if you can beat Kurt Davis in this event. He has been undefeated in this, so please someone, come take that wingnature that RC Custom Designs makes and take that home with them. I'm sick of seeing them lay around here because, you know, that's all Dad needs is one more thing to show him how great he is. Sorry about that, but we all know. Then we got Tyler Davis Racing hats, the 68T hats. Those are $15 still. We do have a couple of those left before we start to transition into our 2021 style hats and merchandise. And speaking of merchandise, Sammy G normally stops at my house like every single day after school, so he gets to see the behind the scenes of kind of what it's like to be Tyler Davis and what goes on behind the scenes there. And he has actually got to witness us do our R&D with some things that we will be selling pretty soon here. You'll probably be able to find some of those things for sale at that King of the Wheel charity event on March 28th. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that. And that's basically all I have for that. What's going on, Randy? And actually, this is perfect timing because I'm actually moving on to the sponsor of the week. And the sponsor of the week is RC Trailer Leasing. And you can contact Randy. I'm sure if you go here and click on his name, you can check out his Facebook page and get a hold of him there. But contact Randy Call from RC Trailer Leasing. That's a sponsor of the week. Moving into some of the updates on the cars. My car, as you guys probably saw last week, we got that all finished up. It's just sitting there now getting, I don't know, it's kind of being a dust collector. But that's going to get graphicked. Hopefully we can get that graphic before the March 28th event. Even if we don't, we still might take the car, but hopefully we can get that done and have the car be at that event. So that car is just going to sit there. And then for Dad's car, Dad actually just started working on it a couple days ago, and actually I would say he got pretty far. Sammy G, what are you thinking? With a couple days worth of work, there was no chassis in here the last time I left the shop, and now there's a car that's over halfway put together. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
He did good work. He's got the front end in, basically all lined up, the motor's in. I'm sure you guys saw he posted a picture of the motor. That thing was looking mighty fine with those Walker filters on there now, which we might get a set of those for my motor. We're looking into that. So he got that in. Basically, all he really has to do is get the rest of the drive line in. So the torque tube and the drive shaft and the rear end, and basically his car is almost all the way together. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but he did a good number on that already. Basically that's all that for his car. The spare car still has yet to get built, and you guys will see some time lapses of that, and once that gets put together, I'm sure we'll get the cars out there one day and get a picture with all three of them. Now, with that being said, alright, Sam Ken says, put the mic up to your mouth. So this is where Sammy G is going to kind of get a little bit more involved with the Tuesday talk. You guys, if you follow me for a while, you have already seen Samuel's Tahoe. You haven't seen it in the condition that it's in now, but you have seen it in the background. I talked about this build that we're going to do, or that we kind of started to do on it already, and we're just going to get a little bit of background on why Sammy G wants to build the car, what car he's building, or basically the entire process of that, and then kind of something else that has sprouted out of building the Tahoe. So, first up, I kind of just answered it for us, but what truck are you building, or what's the vehicle that you decided to go with?
So, in that video before, everyone saw my 2007 Tahoe in the background. That's my first vehicle, my very first vehicle. It holds a lot of sentimental value.
Mm-hmm.
You can say at that time, I guess it was just an idea to build the truck. A lot of ideas flowing around on what we could possibly do with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the main reason I want to build it is because kind of a dedication thing to our good friend Anthony Hales, who passed away.
And you guys would have seen last year, if you guys followed along, that I had a dedication car basically to Anthony, and this is kind of a thing that we kind of all do. We have our saying, do it for Hales, and you know, when Sammy G brought this to my attention, I think we're all always involved with cars and just always wanting to work on stuff. And when he brought to my attention the build in general, I was all for it. I mean, we'll get to talk about it a little bit more, but we put there was a lot of planning behind this that a lot of people didn't see, and a lot of people didn't even know about for a very, very long time, up until this point. So what was some of that stuff? Could you inform them on some of that stuff that we did behind the scenes in preparation for building the Tahoe?
So this probably goes over a year back with the idea in our heads.
Sitting in the garage at like probably 1 o'clock in the morning on a summer evening.
Yeah, not doing much, but just had too much time on our hands that we couldn't think of anything else. But I mean, I'd say it's a pretty fun idea. Financially, it's going to hurt, but it's going to be worth it,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Yeah, so over a year ago, I think, is when we first started thinking about what we could do with it. And then ideas started flowing. Once we got a better grasp on what we actually wanted to do with the Tahoe, and what we could do it, what our limitations are, as far as cost and
and we'll say that the limitations changed throughout the entire time, and it changed our entire viewpoint and aspirations for the build. It just changed the entire motivation factor, I feel, for the entire build.
Speaking of changes, there's one more change we'll have to talk about later. Not too big of a change, but maybe make it a little faster. Yeah, so over a year ago, the ideas were flowing. Now we have a really good grasp on what we want to do. The entire drivetrain is picked out, all of everything we're going to be doing with the interior paint work, and wrap is tint out, wrap is picked out, and of course, I don't know if you've ever seen the back. If any of you have ever seen the back of it, lots of stickers. Yep, we got our stickers picked out.
Sammy is known for that. So if you're from like the Milwaukee area, or if you see me drive around the road, you definitely see Sammy G driving down the road, because man, oh man, I'm surprised those policemen let him run around with about yay big of sight out his back window, because he's got so many stickers on there.
Yeah, I think we got about a 1 foot tall by 2 foot wide section of window that's actually open. The rest is just, there's probably over 50 stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty decent sized stickers on that back window. But about, I'd say, 6 to 9 months ago is got this document going, started throwing things on there, started really putting everything together of what we wanted to do. Worked on that up until about now, and I mean it still changes every day.
Yeah.
There's still changes being made every day, whether it's a better part or
A different way of doing something.
or a different drivetrain.
Yeah.
Because that did happen a couple times.
Multiple times. I'm sure with how Sammy G's choosing some things, I'm sure we'll be choosing up until the last very moment. But you know, that's what it's gonna be, and that's how it has to be, I believe, because that's the only way that you're gonna get it exactly how you want it, is if it's your absolute final decision. You're not rushing it, and that's the thing that we were kind of looking at for this entire process, is not rushing any certain part of it. So we took our time at the beginning in like researching. I mean, what did we say? We probably, how many hours of video we've watched?
Combined, easily close to 200 hours of just getting to know every single nut and bolt on that truck, so that we didn't have to figure it out the hard way later, and so that we could stay ahead before we got left behind.
Yeah.
Because there is a timeline for the build. Initially, it wouldn't have started until about a week from now, but we were lucky enough. I work for a landscaping company. That company recently got a shop, Jackson Lawn Care. If you're in the Franklin area and need some landscape work done, you know, I would totally recommend. We work very hard, but we recently got a shop for the company, and I was lucky enough to get a lift bay going. So we got a lift, fully enclosed everything, got all of our tools, and pretty much that gives us a place to do it. Otherwise that would have set it off a long ways and a lot of money, just trying to find a place to do it. Because in that video before the Tyler's Tuesday talk, before that I was in, we talked about a lot of our small projects, whether it was a lawnmower or the Tahoe. We always had something to do. Just
not really
not
a place.
A lot of room to do it.
Not really a place to do it, and I'm pretty sure that Mom. Thanks to Mom over time for allowing us to put up our tent in our canopy. Many of times where we've worked on the trucks and vehicles in there, but I'm going to touch on the Tahoe real quick. Ken wants to know a little bit more about the Tahoe build, and if you're willing to give up some of this information yet, or whether you're going to want to drop that on your own, is going to be determined. But he kind of wants to know a little bit about what wheels, motor, the drivetrain, what you're going to do for your wrap, maybe some things that you could inform them about that we're working on possibly, or what the Tahoe might look like towards the end.
So for the drivetrain, we've got a B15 376 LSX motor picked out with a 4L60. It's a level X transmission, so it can handle. You can put that thing through some stuff.
Yeah.
And beat the living crap out of it. It'll hold up. The B15 376 LSX is a 6.2 liter V8. That is
Explain
it's rated
what
for
the B15 is. Yeah.
the B15 is the fun one. So it's rated for 15 pounds of boost. We'll be doing that through a 2.3 liter Magnuson supercharger. We'll get it tuned in probably around 10 pounds of boost. Should be making about 900 horse to the flywheel. And then fully adaptive fuel system, so I can roll around on say 93 all day, go fill up my tank with 85 and I get 40 more horse to the wheels, which is really nice.
That'll be really nice, especially like if you want to cruise or if you want to take it to the strip. You'll be able to have that tunability where you take it on a cruise and you can throw some 87 in there and it'll be cheaper, and you can go maybe a little bit further and then you can run some E85 in it possibly and light it up at the track.
Yeah, everything as of now is decided for it. It's just, there could always be something that comes up, especially like we've got Yukon gear and axle picked out for the front and rear ends, all the internals for my front and rear ends, but that could very well change pretty soon. I've been working with West Bend Dyno. Vince over there has helped me out a ton with just prices and helping put together the drivetrain side of things. For the frame, that's gonna get sandblasted, and we're just gonna do it ourselves in 415.
Yeah.
But we're gonna box the frame. I don't want any water getting on it. Try to keep as much rust from forming as we can. Paint, so I'm actually going to be keeping it the exact same color. It will be repainted the exact same color, but it will be wrapped immediately just to protect it. I just kind of
What's the reason for keeping that exact paint color on that? And just, I mean, you're going to spend a lot of money to get it painted, and then you're going to spend a lot more money to get it wrapped. What's the reasoning behind getting it painted before getting it wrapped in your eyes?
That paint, that color on that truck seems to start arguments sometimes, but I don't know what it is about it. When I see another, specifically a Tahoe, going down the road, and I look at it, I'm like, oh, that might be the same color as mine, but for some reason the paint on that truck just seems different. I don't quite know the exact pigment, just because there's different ones for US, Canada, and Mexico, but some people say it's gold, some people say it's tan, some people say it's silver. I believe it's silver. I bought a silver truck, that's what it said to me. So, and I just really like silver and black together. I think it looks very clean.
Yeah, so what do you think about that silver and black car that's sitting back behind the camera?
Yeah, I think it's a good choice of color. I think it's
You know what was the funny part about this entire ordeal with Samuel choosing a color for the Tahoe and me choosing a color for the sprint car, was I kind of got the inspiration from Sammy G and having the silver on his truck, and he painted his rims black, so I kind of like how the black accent like the silver, so that's kind of where I got my inspiration from, honestly, for the silver. So I would have to agree with you that I do like that color as well. Now I'm gonna move off of the build a little bit, like the specifics of it, but where do you want this build to basically take you? Like, what's the purpose for you? You kind of said was for a memorial type of thing and for us to be able to work together, but where do you see this truck being in the end? Do you want it to go to shows? Do you want it to just drive down the block? Do you want it to sit in the garage? What's your end goal with it?
I'd hate to see it sit in the garage for too long. I definitely want to get out and about with it. Probably a little bit of everything. It's something that we all can do together, and we can say that we've done that together. And then along with that, the Days Off brand, basically taking the Days Off brand will be similar to Tyler's Tuesday Talk and
Tyler Davis Racing.
And what you see with Tyler Davis Racing, but I'm trying to incorporate, we're all trying to incorporate the best of all worlds. So whether you ride a motorcycle, you drive a sprint car, you build cars, you like fast cars, clean builds, cruising, whatever you're into regarding a motor vehicle, something that everyone can relate to. Just
So
the best of all worlds and bringing all of us together.
So when Sam came to me with the idea of starting Days Off, which by the way you can find Days Off on Instagram and YouTube, I believe.
Instagram at the moment, everything is still in the works. So right now it's just Instagram. In the next few weeks here, we should have all the equipment ready to go for the YouTube. Right now on Instagram, you can find us at Days Off Grind. There's all the updates on the Tahoe build, a couple things about Tyler Davis Racing.
Yep.
And then the merchandise, there will be a website for that. Going to be coming out with some pretty cool t-shirts, hoodies, hats.
So basically when Sam came to me with the idea of the Days Off brand, it was kind of, we've always talked about doing something, and we kind of wanted something to associate with as a group. We kind of wanted to have something that we could use to express what we do and basically let other people be a part of that and include all aspects of the car community. And I think that's the greatest part about Days Off compared to some of the other brands that are out there nowadays, is you kind of have some of these truck clubs which, you gotta have a big mean truck or something, and then like if you have a 97 Toyota Camry, you're with duct tape on your window, you're kind of junk. But it's kind of something that allows everyone. So you got a beater and you can just barely afford to cruise down a strip or something,
You're included.
You're a part of that. You cut off your exhaust and you want us
You took
to
time
do
in your
that.
day off. You took time in your day off to cut your exhaust off and sound loud while you're cruising down the street. Well, you're included.
And that's kind of, we'll talk about that real quick. Let's get into that real quick. The day off name, where that comes from, because that kind of goes with what we're talking about now and the projects, the things that we do on our days off. Sam, would you like to explain that and where that came from?
So when we're not working, sometimes we're bored, gotta find something to do, whether it's working on literally a lawnmower.
Yeah, we had about 7 of those at one time.
Yeah, we had quite a few lawnmowers, those were pretty fun. Or
Camry.
here messing with the sprint
Yeah.
car. Whatever it is, we found something to do. And why? Because we're not working, it's our day off.
Mhm.
Whether we want to do something with it or not, we wanted to do something.
Yeah. So.
With something that we loved, which
Mhm.
motivated.
And the day off thing, you can it's kind of up for, what would you say?
Take it how you want it.
Yeah, take it how you want it.
Whether it's so the Instagram is called Days Off Grind. Well, whether it's your day off of your grind and you're grinding at work, or you're grinding on your day off to finish your build, however you want to take it, that's however it means to you.
Mhm.
Just like, your build, like, everyone looks at their own project differently, however you want to take it, whether it's, I built it, it's going to be fun, but I don't care about it, so it doesn't matter if it breaks, or it doesn't matter if it gets destroyed, or it's something very sentimental to you, or like it means a lot to you, and
Mhm.
it's something that you want to take easy and, cherish for as long as you can.
And I think that's one thing, that's kind of a thing that most people won't get to see a part of, like our brand. Our brand is based off of the things we do when we're not working. So this is stuff that we do that you guys can do in your free time. This is something that's more reasonable. It's not something where this is what we do all day, although I'm sure that's what we'd love to do all day. We're not there yet. So we're kind of there to represent the people that aren't there or able to do it like the rest of them are. And we understand that, and we're taking advantage of that and using all of that motivation, and using your guys' motivation and how you guys feel to basically move this forward. And I see big things coming. Like Sam said, we're going to have some merchandise and some other stuff that's available. I'm sure we'll be able to give you guys some shout outs if you guys have some nice old rigs. Me and Sam personally like to look at the old classic cars, so for those of you who have classic cars, which I know a lot of you watching these videos have those old barn finds that are still hiding, and make sure you send them to me or Sam.
Yeah, and as far as big things coming, we don't even, it's not even just the merchandise. The Tahoe is going to be kicking off everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, for example, like Tahoe is going to be lifted, but not that tall, not insanely tall. It's not all about big lifted trucks. It's not all about, your 97 Camry.
Yeah.
It's a variety of things. So that's going to go with our projects. We have plenty of other projects lined up, and we have the ideas.
We got lots of ideas, let me tell you.
We gotta pick the right idea to go with next, and then we'll create a plan for it and we'll do it. But it's not all gonna be the same stuff. And I'm not saying it's gonna be something out of this world, just absolutely different from everything else. Because yes, it is something that's directed more towards like a car community specific, not specifically, but to broaden it out a little bit more. Just overall, if you like to see something with a motor go, it's going to be directed to everyone who likes stuff like that, and there's going to be plenty of a variety of things that we do.
Yeah, and we're gonna involve some stuff. I'm sure you'll see probably my 4Runner on there when we do some stuff. There's some general maintenance and some fun projects there, some little projects that we'll have rolling through as we work on our big projects. Like Sam said, we really don't have a problem finding projects. They like to make fun of me all the time because I'm the man with the list of projects. I got probably 22 projects on my list. I'm probably never gonna get to half of them, but I mean, I look at it is if I take them 21 projects that we could possibly work on, there's at least gonna be one of them in there that maybe everyone can agree on. So
Yeah, the Muffin Man here can pump out 5 projects in one conversation.
yeah, I can be telling you about one project while explaining another.
Yeah.
So that's we don't have any problem there. It's just gonna be taking our time like we have with the Tahoe
And
and
listening to the input of what people want to see next.
yes, and that's a big part of what we do and what we do here at Tyler Davis Racing is finding out what you guys want to see, and if you guys want to build, who knows, maybe we could build your vehicle after you check out some of the work that we do. Only time will tell where this takes us. So that's pretty much all I have for you, Sammy G. If you want to give them a quick shout out for your page again, and then we'll get to ending the video.
Yeah, so it's just pictures on there right now, maybe a couple videos, but the Days Off Grind Instagram, that's where you'll find all the updates for the Tahoe. There'll be links in there pretty soon here within the next couple weeks for the YouTube and website where you can find all the merchandise and everything. Couple sprint car things on there too.
Yeah, and there'll be some more sprint car things on there too as
There'll be plenty more as time goes on.
Sam comes to the races and helps us out a little more this year. Hopefully we'll see Sammy G at the track a little bit more.
Have to bring the Tahoe out.
Yeah. But yeah.
Never said the finish date. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that should be done. I'm absolute deadline. I want it done by May 21st. So, just to give everyone an idea. Of
It's gonna be
be seen at the races.
a very busy time for me personally, because I'm gonna be bouncing through working on a lot of race car stuff and Tahoe stuff. So you guys will be able to see that here on this page and my TDR after hours, which I'm still inviting people to. If you guys would like to see the TDR after hours, it is a private group, but I'm pretty sure you can request to join it. It's kind of hard with how it lets me invite people. It normally only lets me invite a list of people that have visited the page in a certain period of time. So I don't know how to get around that. So if one of you guys knows how to get around that, or if you would just like to be a part of it, let me know. Make sure you like and share this week's Tyler's Tuesday Talk, and go ahead and follow us on Instagram, and give us a subscribe on YouTube, and go check out some of those videos. We'll have some more content across all platforms of Tyler Davis Racing, and that is all I have for this week. So thank you.